welcome back to the show. Have we witnessed, pun intended, LeBron's last game?
No. I'm not even sure we've witnessed his last game as a Laker. We had Laker insider Jovan Buha on our show Beyond the Surface recently, and I mean, he used to work for The Athletic. So, I mean, it's detail on layer on detail on complication on let's go to inner earth and like the best breakdown you can get. And he basically was like, it's looking like LeBron's coming back because there aren't too many teams around the league, Combo, that can pay LeBron 20, 25, 30, like whatever he's going to want. And, you know, maybe the comfortability of being in LA, God knows if Luka's ever going to play again, but the comfortability of being in LA where his production company is and where his life is, maybe he will take 25. You know, maybe he will take, what's that, about a 50% pay cut? What's he, 50 or 52 or something right now? So, I mean, did you notice recently, Combo? A random thing came up. One of the business Twitter follows put it up. LeBron says he's not actually a billionaire. You know why LeBron would say he's not actually a billionaire?
To let everyone know he won't take a pay cut.
Bingo. And or sympathy. I don't have sympathy for LeBron that he's not we got to now look out for, he's not a billionaire yet. So we got to, you know, but exactly. Like, man, you all think I got all this money. I don't have as much as you think I do. So he may be positioning himself to go to Rob Pelinka and Mark Walter and get some more cash. But obviously that stands in the way of LeBron winning ring number 5 if he does that, right? It's a money versus talented roster thing if he wants to stay in LA. But I'm going to say right now, he's not done playing, and I think he's going to be back with the Lakers next year.
If LeBron wants to win a ring, he should go to the Knicks.
I don't disagree with that. I haven't really scanned the league, but I'm sure there are some other scenarios. The scenario where he's not going to win a ring is Golden State. Okay? Don't go to that rotting, dying carcass of a basketball team and be frustrated. That's all they are. They're a rotting, dude, they are a once proud dynastic whale who is washed up on the beach from the prehistoric age. This whale is like 3,560 years old, okay, but it's finally washed up on shore, and it's dead now, and it's a rotting carcass, and it smells. That's the Warriors right now, especially bringing back Steve Kerr. What a joke.
Yeah, I just feel like LeBron could be the Draymond to the Steph, the Jokic to the Murray, you know, those guards that maybe don't hang their hat on initiating. He could be that for Brunson. Like, I just love the fit in New York, and then him winning a title in New York would be box office.
Come on, man. We talked about this. LeBron gets number 5. He becomes my GOAT. Right now, he's number 3. And I always say, like, to Steph, I banged on Steph on my show yesterday. Combo. Banged on him. First time probably I've ever banged on Steph. Steph's got to man up, Combo. Steph has to man up. Adam Silver manned up with the tanking thing. Okay? I called him out. Said, Adam Silver, you got to man up. Your league is they're ruining your league right now. Step up and flex. And he did. He created the load management department, which I told him to do. He created the 65 game rule, which I told him to do. And I didn't have to tell him to like fix the tanking thing. We all sort of knew that. I told Giannis Antetokounmpo to man up, Combo, because Giannis was being all soft and cute and cuddly, and I don't want to ask out. Dude, ask out. You also are on a rotting carcass of a basketball team. Get out. Like the movie, Get Out. Okay? And guess what? Giannis did. Now the Bucks are fielding calls. Major headline from Shams. The party and the sweepstakes are on. Steph Curry needs to man up. Okay, you brought Steve Kerr back, and it's not a Kerr thing. Steve Kerr, Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, the ghost of Bronco Nagurski could not win with this Golden State Warriors team. The coach is immaterial. Steph Curry needs to hit the eject button. Combo, 5 years ago on NBA radio, I said that this was 5 years ago. I said, I want the Warriors to trade Steph. This was like a year after, maybe it wasn't 5, maybe it was like 4 years ago, but they had won the chip. And then like that next year, I was like, it's time. And everybody thought I was way too early. And maybe I was too early, but I really wasn't, okay? And the point was, Steph Curry is about to go out like Kobe Bryant, okay? Phenomenal top 10 player who has nothing at stake for the last 3, 4, 5 years of his career, which is very, very sad. Other than selling tickets, selling popcorn, how many points is he going to score, fantasy basketball, all that kind of stuff. How about you, like, get back in the fight, okay? There's no fight in Golden State. He's got to get back in the fight. He's got to try to get ring number 5. What does that do to his legacy? Probably shoots him into the Mount Rushmore for me. So that's why I say Steph's got to man up. And by the way, Steph just said what I said about Kobe. He just said it. Tim Kawakami put it out. He said, I don't want the end of my career to be like Kobe Bryant's career in L.A. So Stephen Curry is rhyme stealing me as well. It's not just Adam Silver. Steph Curry's guilty of rhyme stealing your boy. And as long as he complies with the plan, I'm okay with it.
What's the best landing spot for Steph?
I mean, again, like the Knicks stand out. But off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure. But what Steph needs to do, Combo, he needs to stack the deck. Like, don't go to Charlotte. Everybody says Charlotte. I mean, we all love what they got cooking, right? And they ain't ready to win, even with Steph Curry. He's got to go to a veteran team with a bunch of chiseled mofos and like mercenaries, right? Like Udonis Haslam's and James Posey's and Tony Allen's and guys like that, you know, like that Dallas team in 2011 with Dirk, right? With Brendan Haywood and Deshaun Stevenson and Jason Kidd and like just vet mercenaries who were in it for one thing. The 2006 Heat with Antoine Walker and Jason Williams and Gary Payton and all those guys. That's the kind of team Steph Curry needs to go to.
Are you concerned about your Spurs at all? You had them winning the West, and now we're watching the Thunder being as dominant as they are. We even talked about it a little bit before the recording. They're so dominant, it's almost boring. Do you still have the Spurs coming out the West, especially after this crazy Wemby elbow?
Yeah, they win game 3. Game 4 if Wemby doesn't spaz out. We've seen Jokic have these anger flare-ups, right? Remember when he karate chopped Campaign and almost shaved off his nose? That was several years ago. Went off on Jaden McDaniels. I ran up to him, and then Jaden told him what was up. That was weird. But Wemby had one of those moments. He just spazzed out. Now, Spurs reporter, who's a great follow on Twitter, put out a play from earlier in the series. You might remember, I'd forgotten it. I'm a musician. We forget things. But Naz Reid, as they're running up the court, literally pushed Wemby. Literally pushed him to the ground, and Wemby just went rolling and tumbling, okay? That was in this series. And obviously the Wolves have like everybody did with Steph Curry back in the day, in the early days, get physical with him, beat him up, right? Go Dellavedova on the guy. And so that's what the Wolves are trying to do. They're good at being physical. Remember the Julius Randle game earlier in the series? Like, Julius did a phenomenal job on Wemby. How? Making him feel, all of that 250 pounds or whatever it is. So the Spurs are going to be fine. They're going to beat Minnesota tonight. I mean, I'm repping my boys. It's kind of funny, Combo. This is the Rick Kamla Bowl because I'm from Minnesota. I'm a Timberwolves guy, but Wemby's my favorite player, and the Spurs are my side piece team. So I can't lose here. I can't lose. But look, the only team that can beat OKC is San Antonio. I don't even think the New York Knicks can beat OKC. I think the Knicks can go like 6 or 7 with OKC. And I'll be honest with you, if we do get Knicks OKC, I will be hard rooting for the Knicks. Nothing against the Thunder. I've got a ton of friends who are Knicks fans. I personally like the team. Brunson's my second favorite player. And I would love to see him break through and add to the high school and college chips and get a pro chip. And I'm just a huge fan of his, man. So, but San Antonio is going to beat OKC in the West Finals.
So the Knicks have been ridiculously dominant when you look at the point differential over the past 2 weeks. Who has been more dominant in round 2? The Thunder or the Knicks?
It's funny you say that. We had this conversation yesterday. We went whole playoffs. Who's been more impressive?
Well, I mean, man, if you add that in, it's obviously the Thunder because the Knicks were struggling in the beginning.
Correct. Okay, I'll just go round 2.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm going to say Knicks because, you know what? I'm not even going to go on a Luka rant today.
Has Ric Flair been going at Luka Doncic? Woo!
Woo!
Have you seen that, though? Have you seen that bubbling up?
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
Combo, I'm out here co-signing every word that Ric Flair is saying. Right? Okay. All right, screw it. The muzzle's off. Dude. I want to do a little quiz with you. How many playoff games has LeBron James missed due to injury?
0. No, I don't know.
It's 0.
Okay.
These are not trick questions, by the way. So because I saw the wheels turning, you're like, is this a trick question?
Yeah.
It's not a trick question. How many games did Michael Jordan miss? Pardon me. How many playoff games did Michael Jordan miss due to injury?
0.
How many playoff games did Kobe Bryant? This is a bit more complicated. How many playoff games did Kobe Bryant miss due to injury?
Did they make the playoffs the year he tore his Achilles? No, they didn't.
Yes, and he injured his Achilles in that series.
Yeah. Okay, so
those are the only playoff. Those are the only.
And he gets all those erased because he walked off the floor anyway. So.
And shot the free. But I mean, he tore his Achilles. This isn't a grade 2 hammy strain. You soft mofo.
And we've even seen Harden. We've even seen Harden limping around with the Nets playing on a hammy.
Bro, James Harden is playing with a broken hand right now. We can't forget that. Remember, I don't know, month and a half left in the season, whatever it was. Harden broke his hand. He had a fracture like in his thumb. I forget right, left. I don't damn know, but he played through it. I don't even think he missed a game. I think he missed one game and then like for soreness and stuff and then came back. And Luka misses, like just shut power down the season for a grade 2 hammy strain. Bro, I got a couple other questions for you. Would Jalen Brunson have been playing through that same injury in the playoffs?
Yes, I believe so.
Would Anthony Edwards have been playing through that same injury in the playoffs?
Yes, I believe so.
I rest my case.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about these two players because they've been so good.
Wait, we got to get back to the Knicks. I'm sorry, I took you off the Knicks, dude.
Well, this was a little Knicks, but go ahead if you have something to say. This is a ton of Knicks.
Just quickly, despite, by the way, I thought Joel Embiid's Game 2 DNP was unconscionably, intolerably unacceptable. You absolutely have to play in that game. There's no out. There's no optionality. You have to play in that game. But, of course, Mr. DNP did not. And, Paul George had his shrinking moments as always. And but, give the Knicks credit, dude. But OKC beat, come on, dude, the Lakers without Luka? Bro, that was a jog in the park for them, man. Like, the Knicks actually, like, Game 2, Game 2 was a badass game. The Knicks, really had to fight hard to win that game. But I'll give more credit to the Knicks for round 2.
OG or Rui? As a basketball player.
Oh, shit. That's not even close, dude.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not even close. That's why I said, what are you talking about here? Like, what does Rui do outside of hit threes?
I mean, he hit him at the highest clip in NBA history.
I'm not worried about that. What does he do? OG Anunoby is an awesome three-point shooter. Maybe not quite as hot. I mean, talk to me 3 years from now about Rui.
Rui defends. Rui runs the floor really well. Rui finishes around the rim. Rui does a little bit of everything. They've both been compared to Kawhi Leonard.
We are watching two different sports, my friend. I don't see Rui finishing around the rim. I don't see him guarding. I don't see any of that. I see him making threes, and everybody goes crazy about his little shot chart with all the loops going in the hole, and I see OG Anunoby. I see OG Anunoby guarding centers and guarding fours and guarding ones and hitting big shots. And Jalen Brunson goes down with an injury, and OG spikes up to 24 points a game. Okay. That was last year, not this year. And look, Rui's a nice role player. He's a nice role player. It's the best I got. OG Anunoby's one of the best role players in the NBA. I'm not a Rui Hachimura fan. I'm not.
Okay. I want to talk to you about this. We're kind of going in circles, but the Thunder, right? Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren is underappreciated because of Wemby. He has already won a championship. He will be Robin this year on a championship team, most likely. If he doesn't get injured, he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, he's tracking towards that. I'll give you that. I mean, he's a terrific player. Wemby does own Chet Holmgren, but Michael Jordan owned Charles Barkley. Does that mean that Barkley, wasn't a top 10 4 all time, and some people have him in their Mount Rushmore? I don't. I think I got him 5 or 6, but love you, Chuck. But no, Wemby owns Chet. Wemby pretty much owns everybody, dude. Like, nobody wants to, take the ball at him. The Wolves kind of do, right? The Wolves, they have the right mindset for Wemby. And I've heard them. I think Amen and/or Jaden said, we know he's going to block shots. We know that. So you just put that out of your brain and just attack anyway.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? That kind of that's almost like the same thing as passing up an open shot from 3. If you pass up an open shot, it just messes up the offense, and it's the same when you become deterred by Wemby. It's almost worse than getting blocked. You can't get the offensive rebound. It just jumbles up your offense. It's just not good.
Completely. But Wemby's not going to block every shot. Okay, sometimes you're going to be a little bit quicker, and he may have just had a little teeny lapse in timing, and then boom, you get literally right before the block comes, you can get that baby off. We know it's a game of inches. I like Chet Holmgren a lot. I think a pretty good debate combo, and it's kind of brewing for our show. We haven't done this yet, but if you redrafted, I forget what year it was, 2020, 2021, the Paulo Jabari Chet draft. Okay. Obviously, Jabari would not factor
this is not even a question, and it wasn't a question back then.
Okay, so back then I was on Paulo over Chet.
I was not. I was debating people at dinners in Summer League in my DMs that Chet is the guy because his skill set fits so well into the modern NBA.
No, you're right on all that, and I certainly saw that while he was at Gonzaga, but I made a mistake, combo, and I learned a lesson from it. And I encourage, so many hoop heads they don't keep a personal inventory, right, of their opinions and what they say. And we do, we're pros. So I was worried about Chet's frame. Okay. Is he too skinny? And so I'll be honest with you. I weight shamed, Chet. Or I skinny shamed Chet. I did. I didn't hate on him. And then you have the Paulo thing. Obviously, bomb year at Duke, 6'10", 250, man-child, right? I think they went to the Final Four, maybe the Elite Eight, so they made a run. That was Coach K's final year. And I was just on a Paulo thing, right? Love the PRA, the points, rebounds, assists. He's a phenomenal PRA guy right now in the NBA. But he's not a shot blocker. He's not a defender. He's not efficient. He can't hit threes when Paulo.
He stagnates your offense. He's a tough watch for me, Paulo. Tough watch.
Couldn't agree. The more I watch Paulo, the more I sour on him.
Yeah.
Literally, it drops another percentage each game.
And what obviously, I shouldn't have to say this. He's super talented, but just watching him is tough for me.
He's super talented, but my thing with Paulo. Where's the development, dude? Mm-hmm.
And also, it's not even individual skill set. The shooting does have to get better for him and Franz. Just the way you play basketball. Just make the right reads more often over the course of time. That's why I love Scotty Barnes so much. He just makes the right play continuously. And he's so easy to play with. That's the difference between Scotty Barnes and Paulo. Just make the right play consistently, be easy to play with. The ball stopping kills me with Paulo. It's
who I'd rather have right now, I'd rather have Chet. Because he and
100%.
Wemby have squashed, for me, completely burned the skinny narrative. I will never go down that road again. 5 years from now, some sinewy prospect out of LSU, right? He's 7'1", 210 pounds, with this amazing skill set. I'm not going to skinny shame that dude. I'm going to get on board.
All right, we got two more things before we get out of here. Start one, bench one, cut one. Jokic, Duncan, Shaq.
Okay, start one. Give me the thing again.
Start one, bench one, cut one. Jokic,
Damn.
Shaq, Duncan.
I'm starting Jokic, I'm benching Duncan, and I'm cutting Shaq.
Ooh, I would start Jokic, bench Shaq, cut Duncan.
Here we go back to the Duncan thing.
I mean, because, peak Shaq was just better than peak Duncan to me. I like peaks,
I don't even disagree with that. Duncan, it just comes down to touch. It just comes down to touch. Shaq did not have touch. Shaq was incredible. But Duncan had touch. Did he have a 3-ball? No, he did not have a 3-ball. But he had touch. He had that little diagonal bank shot that he made. Good free throw shooter. Terrific touch around the rim with tap-ins and little hook shots and stuff like that. The skill level for Duncan was way higher than the skill level for Shaq. I'm obsessed with skill. And so that's why I would say Duncan.
At least we agree on Jokic. All right. Mount Rushmore of basketball.
Okay. Number 1 is Jordan. Number 2 is Kareem. Number 3 is LeBron. Number 4 is Magic Johnson.
Give me your best Shaq story.
Oh, my best Shaq story. Okay. Boy, I've got a few. I'll kind of machine gun fire you here.
Right,
had him on a radio interview on 92.9 The Game, and I asked him why he gave Dikembe Mutombo so many elbow sandwiches to the face in that playoff series. What? And I put hot sauce on it. Why, Shaq? Why were you so mean to him? Why'd you treat him so bad? Why did you try to injure? I just went in to really stoke him. You know what I mean? And he kind of interrupted me, and he goes,
because he called me out. Because he said he didn't need a double team. He said he could guard me one-on-one. I had to prove that nobody in the world could guard me one-on-one. So I had to turn him into Zimbabwe chicken.
Rest in peace, man.
Direct quote. And by the way, I had the absolute honor of coincidentally flying back from the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Mass. I always get Connecticut and Massachusetts confused.
Yeah, Springfield, Connecticut.
Springfield, Connecticut.
Wait, no. Now you're confusing me.
Yeah. Because again,
it is Mass. It is Mass. What am I doing? Yeah, it is Mass.
Springfield, Mass.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm flying home from covering that for NBA TV. Who am I sitting right next to? Dikembe Mutombo. I spent 2.5 hours talking with Dikembe. One of the nicest guys. The big laugh. The boys. I mean, it was just amazing. I'm just hanging out with Dikembe for 2 hours. This is absolutely extraordinary. Okay, so that's one Shaq story. There was another one. I was, notorious, infamous, or maybe just known for drinking a lot of Red Bull on the set of NBA TV. Because I also simultaneously had a big-time radio job. So I would do the radio job during the day, and I would work.
A lot of money, Rick. A lot of money.
It was. There you
go, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you, my brother. The problem is 2 divorces, so there's a hiccup there.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's stay on task. Yeah,
there's a hiccup.
That's another podcast. We'll stay on task.
That's another. Oh boy, is that another podcast? I kind of forget where I was going with this. The Red Bull thing.
Yeah,
so yeah, and sugar free, by the way, sugar free. Okay. Yeah, I ain't trying to weigh 270 pounds. So sugar free, but and so the stage managers would always be like, Rick, is it time for your Red Bull yet? Because I'd wait, right? I don't want to start too early because I got to wait for the right time. I'm starting to, maybe it's midnight. Starting to kind of get a little bit tight. Give me that Red Bull, man. Let's go to the bullpen. I used to do that. Let's go to the bullpen for the right-hander, for the Red Bull. So they bring it over. So Shaq was working with us one night, and he's like, And they pour it in the little cup that you have on the desk, not like a red Solo cup. And Shaq was like,
"What's in the cup?"
And I go, it's Red Bull. He goes, "What's that?" He didn't say what's that. He said, why do you drink it? I go, "Shaq, Red Bull gives you wings." And he laughed his ass off to that. And so he kept asking questions. Like, Shaq was fascinated that I was drinking Red Bull for some reason.
Shaq was very inquisitive, huh?
Very inquisitive. Like, it's just Red Bull. It's in every convenience store on planet Earth. It's like not that big of a deal, right? And so, but Shaq was fascinated by it. Why I'm drinking it, what it does to me, and all that kind of stuff. So Dennis Scott tells me a week or so later, Shaq spoofed me on the air. Live on the air. He had his cup, and he said he made fun of me, saying that this is Kamla juice. This is what Kamla drinks. And Dennis went with the bit. They were working together, and they're like a comedy team. I don't know if you've seen these two guys. They're like Laurel and Hardy, man. They're like a comedy team, dude. And or Cheech and Chong. It's probably a better reference here. Although maybe not. But anyway, you get the point. So they're playing tennis on this thing, and there's video of Shaq like speed drinking his drink to mimic me on the Red Bull, because it like fires you up and gives you all this energy. One last Shaq story. We're sitting around, it's playoff time. So usually, there's a TNT night and then there's NBA TV nights. But during the playoffs, we were both up. Right? TNT doing their thing, and we're NBA TV doing our thing. So we were all commingled. Charles, Kenny, Shaq, Ernie, me, Steve Smith, Brent Barry, all the producers, we're all commingled. Okay? All hanging out, having dinner together and stuff. Shaq says, "Kamla juice. Is Robert Horry a Hall of Famer?" And I said, no. Shaq did not like that answer. And I explained to him that Horry doesn't have the counting stats. And that kind of mystified Shaq. It was like, he's got 7 rings. How is he not? So as it turned, and I mean, we just kind of went back and forth a little bit, but the look that Shaq gave me when I said Robert Horry's not a Hall of Famer is a look that you do not want to get from Shaq. It wasn't necessarily menacing, but it was like, oh shit, I just buzzkilled Shaq. I don't want to buzzkill Shaq, but I also don't want to lie to him. Here's the thing. It's come full circle. I've thought more about it years over years over years. And I'm big with the Hall of Fame. I'm big into parallels. I'm big into precedent. Okay. So Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman, Dikembe Mutombo, right? They're all in the Hall of Fame now. Defense can make the Hall of Fame. So that has set a precedent for other defensive first guys. Rightly so. So for Horry,
another good reason for Chet, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so here's the thing for Horry. Tom Satch Sanders, the Celtics legend, is the comp for Robert Horry. Satch Sanders has 8 rings. Horry has 7. Satch Sanders has like 8,800 career points. Robert Horry has like 7,700 career points. Satch Sanders is in with 1 more ring and 1,000 more points. But Robert Horry is the only guy to win multiple rings on 3 different teams. He's got the most rings outside of people that wore green. Okay? So Robert Horry should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. If Satch Sanders is in the Hall of Fame, then dang it, Robert Horry needs to be in the Hall of Fame. And if I ever see Shaq, because I don't know if I ever came to Jesus with Shaq on that. I really don't. So maybe if I see him at one of his DJ shows or something, which is very unlikely, by the way, but I will hit Shaq. Hey, Shaq, you remember when you asked me about Horry?
Yeah, still pissed about it.
Shaq, I now think he's a Hall of Famer. So those are some good Shaq stories for you, man.
I love it. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think sometimes we do weigh rings too much into it, but when you have 7, I mean, it's almost undeniable, right? Like, even if your stats aren't crazy, you deserve in, I mean,
Chauncey Billups is in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the best resume. It's not. But what's insane is not bringing back Thiago Splitter. That's what insane is out there in Portland with that.
Yeah, he did a great
cheap
job.
ass. What's that?
He did. Thiago did a great job.
Every single player was like, "Yo, the guy's awesome. We want him back." And the owner's like, "Yeah, hey, is Andrew 1-2 combo Salop available to coach our team for $75,000 a year. I mean, you've heard with this guy. He wants to pay an NBA head coach like $1 million.
It's crazy. Yeah, the assistants make more than that.
There's assistants that make more than that.
I mean, so that would be like low for a Division I head coach these days.
You're barking up the right tree. This guy is,
crazy.
and I'm sold. Adam Silver went to bat for him. He's like, oh, everybody says he's cheap. He just spent $4.5 billion on a basketball team. How can you be cheap? And I'm paraphrasing.
I think that's Adam's job, right? To like protect.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. But like I said, that fell flat with me. But it is his job, and he's very good at it.
All right, hang on 1 second. Thanks for taking the time, Rick. Where can we find you, man?
So, X-Rated Sports Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is the show is Beyond the Surface. Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. But we've got all kinds of content on our YouTube page. So it's X-RAYTED Sports Network, Beyond the Surface. Check it out. So you can go back in the archives and see all kinds of stuff. And there's great interviews. Combo's very, very well represented out there, and we love having you. And I know the guys are psyched, Combo, about having you on, about me and Doc coming on your show. So it's a good little podcast partnership here, man.
Yeah, you know I bring the heat. One time I was muted for some reason. I was like screaming at you. You couldn't even hear what I said.
Dude, we were talking about this the other day. The funny thing is, we love your random debates, okay? They're largely off topic. They're definitely, they are a definite, like East Hemisphere, West Hemisphere deviation from our rundown. And trust, these are not complaints. I'm just having fun with you here. But and so we went on the GOAT debate, which we did, in the middle of the playoffs, we go on a GOAT debate. Okay, cool. We go do that. But then earlier we had you on and we start debating steroids and who should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame and Pete Rose and Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds. And I'm like, what are we doing here? But this is so much fun, man. We're talking about stabbing our butt with drugs right now on a basketball show. What is going on? So we love the random debates and keep them coming.
Yeah, it's crazy. You have great insight. Like, I've realized that about myself, but you're the first person to tell me that. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, keep the random debates up, dude. That's what
I know
makes
nothing. I know nothing else. That's what I do.
I definitely, I will say this, it's funny you say that because, I'm a musician, but I'm not great at talking music yet. I'm sharing vulnerability with you here right now. So I'm about to step into kind of a new frontier, but I play drums to DJs, right? DJs are scientists. And so they have a language that they talk about the tracks they're playing, about beat matching.
They're nerds.
Well, yeah, I prefer scientists, but nerds works too.
No, I know, I know I know a lot of DJs in the hip hop space, and they're cool nerds, but they're nerds
for sure. Well, okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
But I know what you're saying. They're very tech savvy. They
and so it's all. And so it's all really high tech, but they have a language that they talk, right? You've got the genres we all know, techno, house, but there's 22 subgenres of house music, right? There's 17 subgenres of techno. And so listening to those guys and girls talk, it's like, shit, I can talk sports with anybody, but when I get to the music space, and this is okay for people to do, you sit back and you listen, Combo. Right? How do you get smarter? I'm not going to get smarter interjecting some dumbass comment in a combo with 3 DJs. I stand there and I listen and I get smarter.
I agree, man. I agree. I have Dana Barros a lot on my show. We both played basketball, right? But he's an NBA All-Star, so I'm going to listen. I'm going to really pay attention to what the guy is saying, and I played basketball my whole life, but he has insights to the 90s that I just don't have. So
your knowledge is next level, dude. For example, I was in a green room one time with Shaq, Gary Payton, Ice Cube, and Common.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Do you think I said a word? I think I asked. No,
I would
I didn't
only
do
say
that.
a word if I'm working and I have a mic in my hand. But besides that, I'd do what you were doing.
Yeah, we were
then
in the green-
then I'd be right in your face. Who's the greatest rapper ever? Comment.
Chuck D, by the way. But
Okay. I respect
But I would, but I said, so, but Gary Payton and Shaq were just ball busting the entire time. And then you would have chime-ins by Common and Ice Cube. I mean, I'll never forget that, I don't know, half hour, 45-minute hang. It was like first half of one of the games we were doing. And like I said, we were all kind of commingled, but I didn't say a word, dude. You just sit, you listen. What do I have to add to that conversation? You know, a white kid from Minneapolis. Well, what do I have to add to that conversation? I'm just going to sit back here and enjoy.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. All right, Rick, thanks for taking the time, man. I always appreciate you.
Combo, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for having me out. We'll see you soon.
Talk soon. Yeah.